So who are you?
I'm Maggie, and I was born and raised in China.
Now, Maggie, what's your Chinese name?
It's difficult to pronounce this Xiao Wu.
Xiao Xiao Wu. What could be simpler than that? I'm still going to call you Maggie.
Okay, cool.
We're glad you're. Where'd you grow up, Maggie?
So I was born and raised in Xi'an, the city for terracotta warriors.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Famous, historic.
Very historic city.
Okay. And when you went to college, where did you go and what did you study?
So after that, I went to Hong Kong to study translation and communications.
And what was it about that you liked?
So when I was in high school, I had a dream of becoming an interpreter at some big conferences because it looks cool. Like I can sit beside the big guy and do stuff for things that can convey the information to the whole world. But
Maggie, I want you to go to big conferences, but I want the words to be coming out of your mouth.
well, thank you. That's why I quit interpretation.
There you go. So now, after you got out of school, you had some professional experience. Tell me about that.
Yeah, so I went back to Beijing and worked as a product manager for mobile apps and website for 3 years
Wow.
at the largest private educational services provider in China. So it's basically about English writing and speaking to help students prepare for the standardized tests.
Wow. And you know, that business, mobile education, is changing so rapidly.
Yep.
So what did you do in that process? What was your role?
So basically everything, like we as a team design and manage the apps from zero. So apart from literally writing the codes and doing the UI designs, I did everything.
Like what?
Like marketing.
Okay.
And also discovering the needs of our users and to constantly generate new features in our new product to better serve our end users.
Well, you know, a lot of what we're doing here, of course, is discovering the needs of our users and try to figure out the relationship. For years, I've been working on this relationship between sentiment, how they feel about us, and how they use the products, and how it turns into business results. So it sounds really relevant experience. What brought you to the IMC program?
So while I was a product manager, like I mentioned, I also did some marketing to promote our product. So I became interested in marketing, and I feel like I should have more systematic training on that. So I came here.
Okay. Well, we're glad you're here. Now you're in your third quarter. You've already taken all the mandatory courses, but you had some choices about what you studied in the third quarter. What did you study?
So I studied 4 courses last quarter. The first is brand foundations, covered everything about brand, how to launch, build, and grow a brand, and also sports marketing, which is interesting and challenging.
Okay.
And the third is the advanced consumer insight course, which is the application-based. And we basically adopted ethnographic and anthropologic approach to understand business questions.
Wow.
So for example, what we did last quarter is a project about local news. So we need to understand what is local news in today's day and age, and then translate back to the business questions to help grow and return customers, to help them form their reading habits, and also ultimately help them to subscribe to a newspaper to grow the revenue for the client.
Really interesting framework to think through business problems. Cool. So what do you think has been the most important thing that you've learned since you've been with us?
Customer centric. I know it might be a cliche,
No,
but
hey, that's the right answer. Good for
it's
you.
so important. It's the same when I was a product manager, because the one thing about product manager is we don't create needs. We discover them. We discover the needs of our customers, and we present solutions to filling that gap.
Good. If you're going to pick one thing, that's the one to pick. So you had a lot of different projects to pick from. What was it about this project that appealed to you?
This project is especially interesting because I think it's a combination of B2B and B2C marketing, because we will have client data and also consumer data. So I'm very interested to know how these 2 arenas can work together.
Cool. Well, glad. And so let's say, building on that, then, the team has to succeed as a group, but what do you hope to contribute to the team's success?
Mm-hmm. So like I mentioned, I did something on the qualitative research, like the cultural perspective.
Yeah.
And that could be very different from my teammates' skill sets.
Okay.
So I really hope I can bring some fresh perspectives and also a bit of my real work experience in product management, interpersonal communications, and a little bit leadership to this project.
We need all of it. We're glad you're here.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.